Alright, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. It's been a while since I've seen you guys on YouTube, on this YouTube channel. So, you know, I'm just in a place right now where it is what it is. If it gets posted, it doesn't. That being said, I recorded this video back in August of last year, so almost a year ago, with my friend Sharon. Then I recorded the video you're about to see, which looks like this, maybe a couple months after. I had plans for the videos or whatever, and they have titles or whatnot, but forget the titles. I'm just posting this because it's getting old. Experimenting with lighting. Old me will tell you all about the video. Check it out. What's good, YouTube? Back here again with another video. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in and continuing to support me on this YouTube journey. Towards the end of this video, or the time mark right here, I will be going more into depth on these photos and how I got these photos, the lighting setup, and more. I'm just doing where there's like a montage of videos so you can see, and then I'll go back and explain what I was going for. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into episode 2, For the Low. And the reason it's called For the Low is because we are taking a milk crate that you can get from anywhere and making it like a cookie or a cucalores, however you want to say it, however you say it. And we're like implementing it into our strobe lighting setup. So let's get into this video. All right, what's good, YouTube? Back here again with another video. Today's video, we're simply just going to be shooting portraits in the studio. We're at South Facing Windows here in Chicago. I have some ideas, some things that we pulled off of Pinterest that you'll see, but we're going to get started today. And if you guys have any questions, please ask. If you haven't already, subscribe and like, but let's get into this video. So I forgot to mention that I'm going to be trying to wear this GoPro throughout the shoot. So if you see me with the GoPro, just trying to get a point of view, maybe. We'll see how it goes for this video. If you guys like it and I like it, we'll keep it going for the rest of the videos. But yeah. So for these first few photos, we are all naturally lit, no additional lights. I think I had maybe my reflector on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, to just fill in her shadow side. But I'm shooting against the light so that we get kind of a gradient with the light that comes from right to left, which means that we get more of a 3D depthy image, which makes for more cinematic looking images. And I like how these came out naturally lit. I think they were great. And then the photos after this, this is when I introduced our 2 light setup plus a reflector. And so I always start off when I'm shooting, I start off with one big source, whether that be one big softbox, whether that be a softbox plus a frame in front of it, to make for one big light. This gives me full control over the scene. Do I want to make it darker? Do I want to make it brighter? I can do that just with this one source. And this is kind of my base level. And depending on the shoot, I'm typically, having this light 2 to 3 stops under exposure. And the reason for this is so that it doesn't interrupt my scene a lot and the light doesn't look sourcey or the shadows are super hard. We really just want this to be a feel light to give us some ambiance in our studio setting lights. And so after this, I introduced my key light. For my key light setups, I usually have like a softbox, like a 35-inch softbox, or maybe like a beauty dish. I have a 22-inch beauty dish. If you haven't seen my last video, please go back and check it. It talks about all this gear in full. But yeah, either a beauty dish or a softbox. For this particular one, I'm not using either. So it can change depending on what I'm going for. But for this one, I literally just had the bare light shooting through 2 V-flats, which could be anything. You could literally get 2 big pieces of cardboard to shoot through. And what this does is really just shape the light a lot more, to really show where our light is coming from. And this is essentially like our sun, in the studio. And so with this, I was just going for a super hard light, something that mimics the sun very well. And then I put a milk crate right in the middle of the 2 V-flats to shape the light a little bit more while it's in the backdrop, while also keying our model for this shoot. And so once I had this, I was pretty satisfied off rip. As you can see with these digital images, it made for super interesting shadows on the background. Not too perfect, not, too wild. I feel like it was a good middle ground, as you can see. And then after this, I added a reflector again, just to fill in and give more of a harsher push or rim light. I wanted to go something that was really hard, as in being able to really see it a lot more. If I would have added a light, it just would have been too perfect. It would have seemed I don't know, a little bit too perfect for my taste. And again, all of this is just my preference on shooting. So, figure out what works for you. And also everyone doesn't have 3 lights. I started off with 1 light, then I got 2 lights, and I eventually got 3 lights. But I don't think you need lights all the time. And so for this, I ended up using the reflector, which I think gave a really good kicker on the side of her face to give her a lot more shape, give her a lot more depth, and give our picture a lot more just more of that 3D looking image. Shot a few digital, and all of these came out pretty cool. And then when I started to shoot film and I got this film back, I was so amazed at how gradual the frame was for most of these. We didn't have any really crushed shadows, which was cool, but we still had a lot of depth. We still had a lot of gradient on the face. We still had just overall great frame for my preference, and I was really happy with how these photos came out. The biggest goal of this shoot was to come up with something that looked very natural, like it could be the sun coming through some windows. And I think I did pretty good with this, and I'm really happy with the results of this. You know, if you have any questions about this lighting setup or anything you like for me to answer, like I said, I'll be going live this Sunday to, you know, answer any questions you might have. Subscribe to my channel to see when I'm live. I'll probably be live for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how many people show up and ask questions. And also you can drop them down in the link below if you're watching this later. I tend to be pretty active in the comments, so if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, so if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I had a lot of fun shooting this video, a lot of fun learning new things with lighting. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.